privilege and a pleasure to be a part of the second NXT CX India Summit 2021, a forward thinking forum where brilliant minds ignite the passion for excellence and entrepreneurship. As time is of the essence, let me dive into the deep recesses of my thoughts and share a few with you. Gentlemen, as we have already agreed on two aforesaid topics, let me share some of my views. As e-commerce is the elder brother of the dial-up internet connection of the yesteryears, both have grown tall and far ever since their advent into India and India's business landscape since the 1990s. From the struggle to use land phones for dial-up connections to having almost every known necessity known to man available at our fingertips. The very central nervous system of e-commerce is now driven by artificial intelligence, which drives the cogs of supply and demand. However, dear friends, today I want to share a few perspectives from a human and a humane point of view about e-commerce and customer excellence, and then also share some thoughts about our nation as a global power. My dear friends, as you may be knowing, I'm an entrepreneur myself. I've built many startups, and I also officiate a chamber of commerce, which is the Indian Chamber of Commerce and Culture, based out of Slovakia. So let me tell you my point of view through a little bit of storytelling. My dear friends, I guess there is not even a single person amongst us or amongst the audience who hasn't heard of the Ramayana. Well, over here we had the Ramayana, whose main character was none other than Sri Ram, who was an incarnation of God. He had many superpowers, which he used judiciously. He helped people. He was a just king. He healed people. He granted wishes and whatnot. But when his divine consort, Sita, or his wife, was abducted unfairly, unjustly by the demon king Ravana to the distant land of Sri Lanka, he took the very ordinary and known path of traveling by road all the way from North India to the southernmost tip of our country. And then he was faced with the daunting task of crossing the ocean to go to Sri Lanka and rescue her. When Sri Ram reaches the southernmost tip of the Indian subcontinent, what does he do? He decides to build a bridge. Now, since all of us are so razzled and dazzled by his superpowers, don't we even once think that could he have not said something, some mantra, performed a miracle, and asked the ocean to part right from between and just walked right through? Couldn't he have just flown through the sky and rescued his wife? He could have. But what does he decide to do? He decides to build a bridge with rocks. And yes, of course, his army of monkeys and animals and this and that, they all assist him, but he commissioned the bridge. It was his idea, and he had a supervisory role and he took part in it. And the bridge was built with many rocks of different sizes. And eventually, when the bridge was built, he walked over it with everybody and got into Lanka and bashed Ravana up and rescued his wife. Happily ever after, I guess. So, my dear friends, what is the story over here and what is its link with customer excellence? My dear friends, what I think is, The most beautiful and the biggest things in life, the biggest surprises in life are always planned and conspired, and then it is done. And it's always so obvious that, somebody put in effort with it, took help from other people, and the motive becomes very clear. But my dear friends, the smallest things in life, the small things in life, are like the little bit of cement which fill in the interstices of the different gaps in our lives and hold everything together. Is these many, many small things in life which help to build the bridge of trust and brand equity of a person, of a brand, or anything in the minds of people, through which people can walk over that and reach the innermost recesses of a person's heart. So, my dear friend, what I want to say here is that the there are a lot of brands in today's world which are venture funded, and a lot of other companies who are sitting on piles of cash, and they try to do a lot of things. They burn money in e-commerce, and over a diverse range of industries to do with e-commerce, trying to please customers. But what gets left out is, in a mad rush to provide the cheapest and uh, the best of things, the possibly best of things, what happens is the quality, there is a dip in the quality of services, and people lose trust. There are so many companies who are giving the cheapest of a certain service. But when you go to any page, then there is a lot of venting out of different customers to whom there was some kind of unfairness that was meted out. So this is one point I think everybody in e-commerce or people who are striving to do customer excellence should bear in mind. And people should also bear in mind that burning cash is not the only way, but to consistently give a certain type of service and meeting the set expectations. My dear friends, one of my companies, we are into hospitality, and the most used terminology in our hospitality industry is a phrase called guest delight. We continuously speak of guest delight on how to make the customer, how to get the best star rating of our hotels, how to get the best reviews, and what are the things we can do to do that. So far, the most talked about aspect is service. Yes, it is indeed very important. But one must also look at the business margin or the revenue end of things. You see, there are many companies who like to acquire large inventories and drop the prices of their services. But in the process, it leaves little or very minuscule margin for the retailer or the hotel owner or whosoever to survive on. And since the entire market has been captured in a mad rush of exercise to capture inventory or to be very spread out, so the retailer has no other option, and possibly very less competition sometimes in a certain industry. So what happens is, the moment the retailer or the service provider or the vendor is left with lesser margin, there is very little or none he can do for the customer. So what I mean to say is, my dear friends, that guest delight or customer delight can only happen when there is some delight on the part of the seller. All right. My dear friends, As time is of the essence, I also want to share some of my thoughts about India repositioning itself on the global map as a superpower and its journey since its post-independence days to its exemplary journey in the last 10 years. As our nation progresses in every field, from quality infrastructure, civic amenities, defense, and industry, India begins to change its stance in the global dais. I think India has come a long way from its passive positioning in its post-independence days, in its homegrown forums in Southeast Asia, from a silent spectator in the UN, the United Nations, to a very active participant in global forums as of today, a contributor as well as a policy maker in these forums. I think, and I'm very sure, that a lot has happened in the last decade where the collective leadership of our country has delivered in core areas, which has given spine and face to build India's foreign policy and take up challenges beyond our borders. I also think that India's emergence in the Quad and also as an influencer in the Middle East are many a few examples. I'm confident that India has enough power to make a point to the non-aligned nations, something for which I would like to quote one of our most witty politicians of our time, Shri Lalu Prasad Yadav, where he says, "Tum agar mujhko na chaho, to koi baat nahi. तुम अगर मुझको ना चाहो तो कोई बात नहीं, लेकिन तुम किसी और को चाहोगे तो मुश्किल होगी." One more thing I would like to add is that our nation grows leaps and bounds only due to the growth and advent of industry. And it's a time for all to adopt a look east policy and focus on the east end of our country, which will define many perspectives. Our chamber is working very closely with business leaders to bring on ground large industries into the state of Bengal, as we have a very clear vision for the East and firmly believe that enterprise is the only oxygen for our nation's growth. We are very confident of the leadership in Bengal. And I'm also very confident and would like to repeat the quote, "The best is yet to come. Picture abhi baki hai." Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much, Sumit, for your time taken to be a part of this prestigious gathering.
Thank you.
You can now exit from this session because I'll have to introduce the next speaker.
Thank you.
And get him go live. Thank you so much once again.
Thank you.
Pleasure to have you today. All right.
Thank you. Bye.
Great. So that was an interesting session by Sumit Paul from the Indian Chamber of Commerce in Slovak Republic. We next have a session by Mr. Abhishek Dalmia, the Director Product Management at Tally Solutions Private Limited. The topic is on amplifying the voice of customer, I'm sorry. And I request you all to exit from this session and join the next session for us to hear from Mr. Abhishek. Thank you.